What's up? I'm RL.
And I'm Jenny.
Jenny and I spend a lot of time together.
And also with family and friends.
But also we like communicating and having discussions with the people in our community.
The everyday people.
So join us on Tuesdays
at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
What's up, y'all?
The Everyday People Show.
Chop it up. I'm your boy RL, and she's your girl who?
Jenny.
From the block.
We have controversial topics.
I came in on this one.
Let me say this. I'm the type of person. I don't like to speak for God. I think when people say I'm saved, I think you out of pocket. I think China is having product outsourced to other countries to get under the tariffs. Y'all do know that, right?
No, they still gotta bring it. Listen, they still gotta bring it to the border.
I'm gonna see they women going out buying black afros, but don't dare.
And I see your point. You're trying to say that race of women do not try to look like us. We're the ones trying to look like them.
Well, but that's not true. That's not true. Yeah, that's not all the way true. That's
right.
Not true. That is
right.
Not
Thank
true.
you, ladies. I've been trying to make that point. Great guests within our own community.
Well, I won't be into that.
Oh, okay.
I cried it out. I threw it up. Cold, spit. I wouldn't care what you call it. Everything in me that didn't belong, he purged it out in Corpus Christi, Texas, before that book was burned.
I can't remember the number now, but it's in one of my books. I think I had about $10,000 to my name. I don't even know but it's something like that. And I said, oh my God.
I thought about that. So I'm like, what if he would have pulled that trigger when he got to it? You know what I mean? Because I mean, it was point blank range.
Yeah.
So,
Man,
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We work really well as a team. Like in business, the Crosley, they don't mix business with pleasure, but I don't know why it works for us. Like,
and lots of fun right there. That trumps a balloon.
And then we got to hold our emotions. We can't even cry. But we love y'all, and guess what?
Ain't nothing y'all can do.
Hey, nothing y'all can do about it. Peace. And welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. This is the only show where me, you, your mama, and your cousin too get to come on and just chop it up. I'm your boy RL, and she's your girl who?
Jenny.
From the block.
Hi, everybody.
What's up, Jenny? Talk to her, Jenny. I got to cut your light on.
Well, today we have a lot of topics. I think some of these things, of course, are current news, stuff that maybe y'all been observing and thinking about, want to talk about. So we're going to talk about the Iran and Israel war, our involvement in America. I was going to talk about the transgender ban, which is something that caught my attention earlier on in the week. And we're going to talk about the Tyler Perry case. I think that's something you more
my boy Tyler
interested
Perry,
in talking about.
They going after my boy Tyler Perry now, man. What y'all think about my boy Tyler Perry? Oprah Winfrey and TDJ, they said what they said. They had to say, man. They said they piece on, the Diddy thing.
You know more about that than me.
What that?
The Tyler Perry situation. And
TD
their comments about it.
I saw them coming. They was at some kind of convention, and they made statements about. I guess somebody asked them what were their involvement in the P Diddy party thing, and they gave their thoughts on that. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna play that, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit. Yeah, y'all, and we're also gonna talk about
American propaganda.
American propaganda. Do y'all really think America is the best place in the world to live? Or is it just we just get what they tell us? You know what I'm saying? They make us feel like we in the best place, so our ass won't leave. So what are y'all thoughts on that, man? Y'all think we in the best country in the world? I mean, it ain't like all the people. Have y'all noticed everybody ain't trying to come here, man?
Not anymore.
Yeah, ain't nobody coming here but the Mexicans.
and they putting them out, so they don't really want to be over here now.
Yeah, so they blow and smoke up us or something by telling us, "Oh, you're in the best country, so don't go nowhere because you're in the best place." But people live in every country, so everybody ain't trying to come here. So is it just American propaganda that we get that we are the best country? Look, y'all do us a favor and please share this live, man. Share this live to somebody y'all think might be interested in listening to a pretty lady and an old goat like me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, tell her I got a pretty lady to look at. You know what I'm saying?
Stop it. Not what you
But
mean.
anyway, if y'all want to join us live, hit me up. If y'all want to join me, y'all want to join us live for these conversations. The Israel war, conflict. This is the beginning. A lot of people saying this is the beginning of World War III. And also, what are the biblical implications of this war? And I hear a lot of people talking about, oh, this is what the Bible says, and you know what I'm saying. The Bible says when you attack Israel, do y'all really believe that? You know what I'm saying? Not saying the Bible ain't true,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right. Well, I see where you're going with it. So
Yeah. So that. So we got a lot of stuff to chop up today, man. If y'all want to come on live, hit your ball up in the inbox. I'm gonna post the link. I'm gonna post a link in the comment section. How y'all doing, man? Y'all speak to your boy. What's up, Marcus Scott? What's going on? What's going on, my brother? What's going on, my brother? How you doing, man? Good to hear from you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Y'all share this live with somebody, man. Just share this live. That's all we ask y'all to do, man. Share the live. Every time I said share the live. Too many times.
We got some good stuff to talk about. I want to know what y'all thinking.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Let's get into the World War. Y'all please comment and y'all tell us what y'all think, man. We'll post y'all comments and we'll talk about y'all comments too. So tell us what y'all think too, man. Also, I would love to hear what y'all think about a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world that may affect us, man. You know what I'm saying? Just never know what will come to your doorstep. And I think living in America, we are spoiled. We don't get to see the real issues of war that other countries have to go through. Like, man, can you imagine in Iran and you just got bombs going off around you and you don't know? I wouldn't know what the hell to do.
Yeah, because we're not accustomed to living like that.
Yeah, we're not accustomed to living like that. So it's a price to pay. We complain about wars and all that, but listen, this stuff is serious, man. Right. It's a price you pay. It's a price you have to pay, man. It's some dirty work going on around the world to keep us feeling like we safe. You know what I'm saying? So if World War III pop off, do y'all think we are less safe? Y'all share this live. Once again, y'all share this live with a group of some, with a friend who like talking trash. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's get into it. The first topic is what are y'all thoughts on the Iran-Israel USA conflict? Because United States, we poked our nose in it.
Right.
We always talk about letting these people handle their own wars, but we poked our nose in it. We dropped some bombs ourselves. So, do y'all think this is the beginning of World War III? Or do y'all think this could possibly spin off a larger conflict? What's your thoughts on that?
So
what are y'all thoughts on it?
I think it's the beginning of it. I don't think this is it just yet. I think it's like the beginning of it. As like what the Word of God says, the beginning of sorrows, like wars, rumors of wars, and all of the things that come after that. So this isn't just some little play stuff. This is jump starting some things that will happen later.
So do you think this is a real deal? Okay, we've been saying rumors. We've been saying that since I was a little boy.
I know that.
What I'm saying? We've been saying wars and rumors of war. And the Bible been around for centuries, right? So that means we've been having these rumors of wars for before I was born, before you were born.
Let me speak to that.
My mom was born, for her mom was born.
Let me speak to that.
So is this really it? Or is this just, you know what I'm saying? Or is this just regular stuff, man? That, you know what I'm saying?
So let me speak to that. What it is that it's true. We have been saying this for years, but But there's also a scripture that speaks on what you just said, that we're gonna say, and they're gonna say, "Oh, they've been saying this for years. It ain't gonna happen." We're in that time now because people have been saying that, and we're saying that now, and it's almost like we're living out. I'm sorry, we're living out prophecy. So we're gonna be in a place of seeing these things unfold. Even if we don't see it, like us, our kids are gonna see it.
So then are they gonna be saying the same thing to their kids?
No, they
and
will
their
not.
kids gonna be saying the same thing to their kids?
No, they
You
won't.
see what I'm
Because
going
we,
with?
and I don't want to get too biblical about it, but this is what I will say. We, at some point, it has to play out. I mean, there has to be a generation where it plays out, and we have a tendency to maybe lean on the fact that we don't think it's going to happen in our time. But this is the thing. When you see these things, then you'll know when the time is near. That's what the word of God says. It says we won't know when, but we'll know when it's close. And in all honesty, from what I see, all of the things that's going on in the world with weather, the wars, the rumors of wars, who we have in office right now, the love of many growing cold. It's just so many things that's happening, and it's happening all at the same time. So that's why I feel like we're in that space. I feel that. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that we're treading on that path now. It has to start somewhere, and we don't probably want to believe it, but we're in that space. It's like if you're in tune spiritually, you can feel it, you can sense it.
I don't think we don't believe it. I just think I think a lot of stuff is, I don't know, man. Look,
Just say it. You don't want to
because
believe
I don't want
it.
to go. I don't want to make people think like he's not a believer. But I don't.
Who? When you say he's not a believer.
Here's the thing. I was at I went to a funeral. The funeral I went to earlier this week, last week. It was a pastor. He was talking about this stuff. He was talking about the war in Iran, and he was, he said, "Y'all better get ready because it's finna happen. It's finna go down." And the Bible speaks of when you come against Israel, he's gonna come back. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I want to believe you, but I'm like, seriously? I'm saying and it's almost like a scare tactic. And you hear politicians saying it too, like, we got to protect Israel. Was God talking about that the people over there? Was he talking about the land, or was he talking about the children?
Well, God is speaking about the children of Israel, and we all know who the children of Israel are. What we're seeing over there is just imposters. That's another topic, but we are supposedly like an allegiance, to them, where there are scriptures that talk about, he who is, with Israel, is blessed and all that stuff. But we also know too that America and in Israel, the way that it truly is, it's not. I mean, these things have to play out. That's the best way I can put it without going into it on a biblical scriptural level. I mean, it's understood that we're supposed to bless Israel, but the Israel that's being blessed is not the true Israel.
What's up, James
with
Creamer?
that? So
What's up, Charisma? What's up, my brother? I see you might be busy or something, man. Yeah, but
there's an allegiance that is in the Bible that we're supposed to have to them, but it's not like we're it's a lot. I want to go into it, but it's gonna take the conversation to something else, and I'm trying to avoid that.
I mean, if the conversation got to go to something else, I mean, take it to something else. But I'm just saying, I just think a lot of people use the Bible. I think a lot of people use the Bible as scare tactics, as people have used the Bible all for centuries to benefit something that they want to do.
Okay, so I'm gonna say
they even use the Bible to enslave us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if somebody doesn't understand what I'm saying, is that the people of Israel, that's the people that's over there, they in the Bible they're called the synagogue of Satan. They are not the true children of Israel, we already know who the children of Israel are, is us. But regardless of if you believe that or not, then that's fine. We're spread across the four corners of the earth.
So why do you if the children of Israel is us, then so why does this conflict has any implement
It has to
the
happen.
end days?
It has to happen that way.
So
there's a lot of deception, and it has to happen.
If
we're waking up and we're understanding who we are.
But you see what I'm saying? You saying we are the children of Israel. We've been persecuted. They've been persecuting us.
I know that. But they're trying to save themselves. They don't want it. In order for the fact that we're finding out who we are is not, how they're wanting to shut down all of the history of, all of the slavery and all this stuff. They don't want children growing up to find out about our history and stuff like that. If you really think about it, it's not so much about us not knowing who we are. They don't want us to know who they are. They've been perpetrating this lie for years. So if you're trying to cover up who you are, then you got to keep this lie going. And at the end of the day, if you believe this, the whole walk of who we are as set apart people of God, then you have to understand who's really over there and this role that they got to play to protect and protect who's over there right now, when it's really about us. And that's just what I understand. So if somebody else have a different opinion, I get it. I'm okay with that, but I know what I believe. So
I think all this stuff, man. I mean, they do this. And the thing, what's funny is Trump was the one that said he's going to stop all this stuff. But now, all of a sudden, he's the one who, sending B-2 bombers over to drop bombs himself. I mean, it's the same thing that they do this every time. And it's always the Republicans, and they say the Democrats are the one who do all the war. But it always be the Republicans, for some reason, who's really drop all the bombs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they saying that they don't want no wars, right? But then you go on to start, and it's my thing. I think they do this for financial reasons, because now you got to buy. Now people got to buy stuff from you, like guns and all this stuff, and they start selling now. You know what I'm saying? So I think the powers that be, man, they do this stuff for a reason. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They do. And Trump, I want to play y'all this clip that Trump said to Trump. The one that Trump, love Trump or hate Trump, man, he is TV. He is must-see TV, man.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's hilarious, dude. He's must-see TV. Love him or hate him. And y'all know I do not like Trump. Y'all know I do not like Trump like the next man. But this clip I'm finna play y'all, man. I couldn't do nothing like, man, this dude right here, man. Let me play this clip of Donald Trump, man. Something they asked him something.
You gotta play the right one too.
I gotta play it. I gotta play this for y'all. Trump dropped the F-bomb, man. I'm talking about like your old like granddad used to do back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Let me play this clip for y'all, man.
Israel says that Iran violated the peace agreement, the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
So love or hate yourself. So here's the thing with Trump, man. It's feast or famine with this dude, man.
Yeah, that was
to me. I think that was one of his finest outtake I ever heard. Trump, man. Like I say, love him or hate him, man. And I am not a fan of Trump. Y'all know I'm not a fan of Trump, but I could just replay that and listen to it. And this is the type of leadership we got, man. And, what they call it? What they call it? Character. This we got a guy who don't care nothing about character. He don't care nothing about who watching. He don't care nothing about being leadership. He don't care nothing about.
He has no professionalism at all.
He's not a role model of any kind. He's not trying to be no role model, man.
No.
Trump say the hell with being a role model. I'm gonna be the old grumpy white man that I am.
And ain't no telling what he say behind closed doors. Like,
and them back and they love it. And I don't want to say white folk. I'm gonna say a majority of white folk. They love it, man. They love it. They love it that they got a guy, a champion. Even though they know he ain't gonna do a doggone thing for them, it's that what they like that. And Trump ain't got to do nothing for them. Trump ain't got to do nothing for them. What's up, Bridget? How you doing?
Hey, Bridget. And look, y'all, listen. Y'all know Barack could have never got on national TV and cuss like that.
Oh no, Barack would have never did that, man. They would have put out impeachment paper. They would have tried to impeach Obama. He'd have cussed. You know, Obama wore like a tan coat one. He wore a tan suit one time, and they was like, "We need to impeach this Negro, man." But they different. I mean, I think by now everybody understand what's going on in America.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody understand what's going on. If you haven't seen the glaring separation of what a black man can do and what a white man, if you ain't never understood what white privilege was, right, you understand it now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you never knew what white privilege was, you understand it with Donald Trump. That is white privilege at its finest. And it's almost like we don't even care what y'all think. Right. We don't care what y'all think. We putting somebody who look like us in there, and somebody who talk like us in there. And I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about them trailer people. So what are y'all thoughts on this Iran-Iraq USA conflict? Do y'all think this could spin into World War III? Are y'all afraid? Are y'all scared?
I'm not scared, but I am watchful. Like I am, thinking and wondering like what's next. But I'm not worried about it. I just think these things must happen.
What's up, Tay? What's going on, y'all? What's up, Bridget? Your girl Bridget said, "What's up?"
All right, hey y'all.
Yeah, like you don't even know who Bridget is.
I spoke. Bridget, you already know I spoke to you. You heard me say, "Hey, Bridget."
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I already spoke to my girl. Stop.
So what's up, Lakita Payne? What's going on? Listen, so yeah, the question is thoughts on the Iran-Israel USA conflict. USA got into the middle of some mess that Trump said he wasn't gonna never do. He criticized Obama for it. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, Obama got a deal with Iran. This is how it went down. Obama got a deal with Iran, right? To go over, and the deal was we got people going over and we watching them. We watching their nuclear program. I mean, all nuclear programs don't end. It's not about bombs. Sometimes, like we have nuclear power over here, like we have nuclear power like Mile Island and up in Michigan. So we have nuclear power. So they are allowed to have nuclear power, and uranium or whatever that stuff is. Mm-hmm. But the United States just don't want them to make a bomb. Now, it's who are we to tell them they can't make a nuclear bomb when we got thousands of them? Mm-hmm. China got thousands of them. Even Israel got nuclear weapons. But we don't want Iran to have nuclear weapons because we don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? But they should trust us. And this is like big bank take little bank, man. That's all it is about, man. Big bank take little bank, and they keep using the biblical thing to scare us into thinking that Israel is under attack. Always, they want to make us think that Iran and all those Muslim countries they out to get Israel by using the Bible to tell us that we got to protect Israel. Just like they use the Bible to tell us we need to be slaves. And God says, obey your slave master. You know what I'm saying? The typical thing people do with the Bible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know you.
No, I agree with you on a lot of that. I mean, like when you understand who is who, I think that makes a big difference. Like if you look up and understand who Iranians really are, I mean, everybody looks white. Everybody looks white, but Iranians truly are descendants. If it's dug deep, they are descendants of the son, one of the sons of Shem, which is one of the sons of Noah. So it's a mixture of descendants, but everything is all whited out. So I just have so many thoughts about it. Like I said, all these things have to play out. They just have
Oh man,
to. They have to play out. I mean,
I don't. So
a lot of deception.
So if that's true, that means man can control when Christ come back. Then right?
No, they can't.
So what?
They're deceived themselves. They want to believe they want to be in control. I mean, if you want to go into all of power and all that stuff, who wants to be in control? I mean, we are the people. So if you can control the people, you got to do all this stuff. That's why we're at the bottom of the totem pole in life with how we get treated, our persecution. A lot of other nationalities of people have been persecuted, but we have been at the very bottom, and it's going to be that way until all this other stuff take place to bring us to the other side of it. That's why I don't like talking about reparations, because in my opinion, we'll never see it on this side. We just won't. It's not going to happen like we think it's going to happen.
Well, that's another topic.
I know. That's why I'm stopping right there.
How you doing, Ella Johnson?
Right,
Ella Johnson of the Ella Johnson Show. How are you? If you'd like to join us, Miss Johnson, just what I'm saying. I think I sent the link to the text group that we use for your show. If you'd like to join us, we would love to have you if you're not busy.
Yes.
But Ella Johnson, Jen, I joined her show when what is it, Wednesday?
Okay.
Was that Wednesday?
I think
or
so.
Monday?
Yeah.
Was it Monday? Monday or Wednesday?
Yeah, it was.
I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, I joined her show. She has a great show too. Miss Ella Johnson. Thank you. Totally agree. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all please, if nothing else, y'all please just share this live to one of your favorites group, to your trash talking groups. You know what I'm saying? To your political groups and all that. Share it to your page, and that would help us out. We're not gonna put no cash app on her now. I pull that cash app out, y'all gonna go to running. So all I'm asking y'all to do is to share this live, man. That's all we asking y'all to do, man. And if y'all want to come on and chop it up with some of these topics with us, we're gonna get into what is we gonna get into?
We'll talk about the transgender ban in the military.
The Trump administration is putting in a transgender ban. What are your thoughts on the Trump administration actually talking about going into people's medical records and seeing what they was born as? And if you were in the army as a man, if you were born as a woman, you gone, dog. Literally.
Yes.
Sitting on here, my brother. Trump pissed because he feels Israel played him, but most importantly, didn't get any permission from Congress. Yeah, okay, yeah. And that's the thing. And that's my point, man. Israel know that Trump is not in control. America is going to bag Israel for some reason, for biblical reasons, and it's because of the Bible.
Exactly.
It's because they continue to use the Bible.
Yep.
Israel keep hiding behind the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on that.
Of course.
I could, you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, Israel keep hiding behind the Bible, and they know that America is a predominantly Christian nation. People, I think there's more Christian. It's not a Christian nation,
it's
but
professed.
more people profess themselves to be Christians in America. So they keep using the Bible against us. We need some slaves. Oh, the Bible says they should serve their master. It's in the Bible. Come on, get them slaves. So we keep misinterpreting the Bible. And I don't think the Bible's wrong. I just think the Bible's purposely being misinterpreted.
And it's been used for control. And it's wrong. So, people who understand, they they can see all this stuff happening and have no fear. Like I'm not scared. I just think it has to play out. I mean, we're gonna see it.
Yeah, and Netanyahu, he knows how far he can go with this.
Mhm.
So Netanyahu, I think he's one of the most evil leaders that I've seen in a long time. This man just bombed a whole city. I'm talking about rubble to the ground. That man just destroyed the city because some people, and it's not right. I'm not saying it's right that they kidnap people, but you got special ops to go get them people. You can't tear down the whole country that's what special ops for. That's why America used like the SEAL team and all that to go get a specific person they looking for. That way you don't have to destroy the whole nation. You don't have to just tear the whole nation up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you can do that anytime you want to.
Yeah.
But if you got certain bad actors, just use your special ops to go get them. You know what I'm saying? But they tore down the city on they told was it Gaza? They purposely tore Gaza down, and this is what he want to do to Iran. This is what he want to do to Iran. He want to just obliterate them people, man. To me, I think they want to wipe out all Muslims.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And I'm surprised Muslims are not smart enough to say, hey, man, we need to click up. Now, I hope they don't click up for the wrong reason,
Right.
but it is what it is. I mean, I don't see why they don't say, hey, man, we on the attack. We need to click up. But America keep paying, so it's all about the money, man. Money.
Mhm.
They paying these Muslim countries to be against each other, man. And you know what I'm saying?
And you know too, I'm gonna throw this in really quick. You know how he was saying that when we bombed Iranian their nuclear program and said it was obliterated, it wasn't.
No, it's not.
It wasn't.
But see,
And I mean, they hit it, but they didn't destroy it. Like from what they were saying, experts that analyze satellite footage says that it's far from destroyed.
but see this, you're right. But see, this plays into the second part of what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about. We talked about that. We talked about the biblical implications of this conflict. Of course, we know they're using the Bible to say they're using the Bible to tell us to make us think this. They have to protect Israel.
Right.
We have to do this, y'all. we have to do this. But when it comes to Ukraine, oh, don't worry about Ukraine. Let Russia take over. Let Russia bomb them. And that's what I understand. They keep saying we got to protect our allies. Israel is an ally. Ukraine is an ally. So why aren't we protecting Ukraine like we protect Israel? And it's for biblical reasons. That's the only reason, man. They play with our mind with the Bible. They use the Bible against us mentally.
Right. And I can be truly transparent here. You had caught me about 20 years ago, I would believe that we in a good place. We're supposed to be protecting that group over there. I know better now. So that's why I'm looking at all this
What
stuff.
you mean about to caught you?
I'm just saying. I was very unaware, uneducated. I didn't know. So I do understand now, and I'm good with what I understand. So
what you understand?
I just understand.
Enlighten us.
I'm just saying again what I said before. Those are not the true Israelites over there. So all of that, allegiance to them is just I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I know who we are. So
and that leads me to the third part of this. Is America the best country in the world? And we've been told that all our life. America's the best country. They come to America. They got songs and all of this stuff. America, the land of milk and honey. But are we being played? Are we being played like they telling us this is the best place in the world because they don't want us to leave?
Right. Tell us tell everybody how we came about this. How we came up with this.
Well, we came up with this question.
This particular one.
We came up with this question because when you watch a TV, like I watch Andrew. I don't know if y'all know Andrew Zimmerman, Bizarre Food, where this white guy, he goes all over the world and he eat the food, he sample their food. And when you're watching these shows and you're seeing people in other countries, they like I'm like, these people happy as hell.
And he's interviewing them. He's not just sampling the food. Like, he's interviewing them about their culture, about their history. It's not just about the food. So that's how we got caught onto it, because he was in China. And it was interesting. This one girl was saying how tea is to them is like how coffee is to us as Americans. And I'm saying, like, wow, they watch us over here too. But the thing is that they, everybody has poverty everywhere to some degree. But over in the other countries, like with healthcare and all that stuff, I think it's just as bad, if not worse, than what they try to make it seem like in other places. Like, America is just not, to me, like the place to be. I don't think it's the country that everybody wants to come to, because I think we want to portray that. And why, like you say, you think it's because they don't want us to leave? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, they don't,
But TV shows me something else.
And
So
there are a lot of movements out there of people going back to go back to Africa. Africa, there's some countries in Africa who providing land for people coming back to Africa. But the problem with that is we ain't never experienced. If you ain't never experienced another place,
mhm.
and people who've been in the military, they'll tell you, man, there's some good.
Yes.
There's a lot of good places other than America.
Right.
But most folks ain't been in the military. So, like myself, I ain't never lived in another country. So, to me, this is the best country because it's the only country I know. So we go around saying America is the best country because this is all we know. But everybody ain't trying to come to America.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the healthcare system is bad here. Our food is bad here. We just let whatever happens here happen. Like, everything is just whatever goes. And I just personally feel like there's better life in other countries, and that's just my gauge. I look at the overall, and everything here is not totally bad, but when you compare, it's a lot of corruption over here. It's corruption everywhere. But again, when you look at the overall picture of our societies within all of our cities and states, it's just a lot of things that really disgust other people in other countries. They looking at us like, wow, y'all do that over there. The things that y'all allow, we ban over here. And the healthcare, I just can't even begin to go there with healthcare. Healthcare over here is terrible. It is. The healthcare system is terrible.
Healthcare system over here is a scam.
It's a ripoff.
Pretty much every system in America it's really a scam. It's a ripoff. But you have to. But if you want it, you got to play the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want to be the doctor look at you, you got to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see two doctors and really pay like what $300 a visit. And they just a consultation.
Yeah.
They gonna get the little thing what they call this stethoscope.
Yep.
They gonna say breathe in.
Yep.
Breathe out.
And they ask you a few questions.
Okay. You good to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what the hell he on? What the hell he on?
And I mean, it's what it is. I have friends that are in the medical field, so I get it. It's just we're in a system. Yeah. And the system is just what it is. It's just not good for all of us when you're looking at just the poverty levels that we have here. I think like, there's poverty in other countries too, but the poverty here, I think is based on a lot of things of how we do things here. I think we would be better off if we really took care of each other. Our system is just, to me, it's just a lot of taking advantage of people with the companies, like insurance companies. It's just a lot. I get overwhelmed sometimes when I think about it, because I feel like our children have to struggle even more now. And I think because the government system that we have now with Trump in office, we don't have that protection that we once had, like with certain programs, Job Corps, SNAP benefits, things like that for people who need it. Like, they're taking those things away. So we're going to see increased levels of poverty here. I just think we're in a bad place when it comes down to the care of the people here. If you got it, you're good. But what about the many that don't have it? And the reasons why.
If y'all want to follow us live, y'all just follow that link strolling at the bottom. Y'all want to come on live and chop it up with your boy and your girl, man. We would love to have y'all on. And we would love to have y'all interacting. You know what I'm saying? Interact. We ain't even ask y'all for no Cash out money, man. Like everybody. We just two people. We just like conversation. We just like having everyday conversation with everyday people. And this show came about because I was tired of people, having conversation on their shows, and I wanted to come in it. I wanted to come in on the shows, and I wanted to tell them what I thought about what they was talking about. So I say, the hell with it. I'm gonna start my own show, and I'm gonna let people come on when they want to come on. If you want to come on and chop it up, you can come on. You want to comment, you can comment. And you know what I'm saying? This is everyday people show. If you got a book or something that you have wrote, you got a company you want to come on and promote with, hey, come on and chop it up, man. This is the Everyday People Show. And this is how you grow community. This is how you grow the community, man. You got to get engaged we got to get engaged with each other, man, and stop, you know what I'm saying, peeping in every now and then. Get involved. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So share this
we want to
live,
help.
y'all.
Want to help educate, with whatever we know.
Yeah.
And we love to know what y'all know about these subjects too, because we're here to hear what y'all understand and just what you think. It doesn't, it could be just your opinion, but that it's about trying to help everybody and be inspired, uplifted, educated. So we're just not sitting around complaining. Like, there are things that we can do, even if it's just in our own personal household. We're aware. We're not sitting around with our heads in the sand and just ignorant of what's really going on, because things are changing in the world, and it's changing as it's supposed to. Things are gonna happen, but we need to be aware of what's happening, and not just for entertainment to just discuss, but to kind of know what to do.
And as Black people, man, we definitely got to be informed, because everything that happens, we're gonna be the first to get it, the bad stuff, and we're gonna be the last to get the good stuff. Yeah. It always has been that way. Yeah. So we got to stay on top of stuff. Like I said, we're gonna be the first. Everything bad, we're gonna be the first one to get it. Everything good, we're gonna be the last one to get it, because we continue to be last in line. We continue to we scared to move up in the line. We can't be scared to move up in the line, man. And that's our thing. This is what we keep waiting on people to treat us right.
It's designed this way. It's been designed this way. And I think you have to, on a personal level, within yourself, understand what the truth is, not what your truth is or what you think. You got to really understand and find out what the truth is and be able to walk in that. Because like I said, a lot of these things got to happen. They got to play out. And I think that's uncomfortable for a lot of people. I do. I think that's uncomfortable for people to accept. That's
well, it can be uncomfortable all you want to, but it's gonna happen. It's like death. I mean, talking about death is uncomfortable, but it's coming. You know it's coming. You ain't seen nobody survive forever yet. So what make you think you're gonna survive forever? So uncomfortability is part of life, man. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta stop being uncomfortable and get involved and change our situation one community at a time. And this is where it started, man. So listen, y'all want to come on and chop up some of this stuff? Please come on and chop it up. If y'all ain't doing nothing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying y'all ain't doing nothing. I'm just saying, we would love to have y'all. This is borrow a story. We would love to have y'all on. At least comment on the questions that we got. So what we gonna talk about next? And it's strolling follow the link. Just type in the link at the bottom, and it'll take you to the show. It'll put you in our green room, and we'll bring y'all up to chop up some stuff if y'all want to chop it up, man. What else? What we got next? We're gonna talk about what we got next. We're gonna talk about okay, this topic right here. What are y'all thoughts? Should transgender? Did I spell soldiers right? Should transgender soldiers be kicked? I had to check with Jen, make sure. See, Jen in my spell check. Sometimes I spell stuff wrong and put it up there. People be talking about it. Like, you're not spelling.
And then you ask me after and show me after the fact. I'm like,
yeah. So you saying I got it right that time, right?
You did. Yep.
So the question is, should transgender soldiers be kicked out of the military, as the Trump administration says they should? Let me play a video of it. What I'm talking about. Let me play the video news clip. Here we go.
This week, a new executive order from President Trump taking aim at transgender military members. The order says transgender people cannot satisfy the rigorous standards necessary for military service and are not consistent with the humility and selflessness required of a service member. One Air Force member tells News 4 he disagrees.
Trans people are ready to serve. I am here ready to serve, and there's thousands like me that are serving in our capacities.
Logan Ireland and his wife Layla are both transgender. Layla is also a retired Army veteran.
The military is extremely tasked with defending our country and protecting all Americans. So banning a group of people from serving our country puts us all at a greater risk.
Under the new executive order, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has 60 days to change the military standards on who is allowed to serve. The military is also now banned from using identification-based pronouns, and service members must use the sleeping and bathroom quarters of the sex they were born as.
Now, there are still a lot of unknowns here. President Biden had previously signed an executive order saying transgender people could serve in the military and use health care coverage for gender-affirming care. President Trump's executive order overturns all of that. But it still remains to be seen how exactly the policies will change over the next 60 days.
It's not clear if trans people in the military would be discharged, either honorably or dishonorably, or if they would have to serve as the sex they were at birth. Logan Ireland says he transitioned after joining the military and that his colleagues were supportive.
They saw that made me a better airman. It made me a better team member. One of the core values with the Air Force is integrity first. And by not living as my authentic self, I felt like I was violating my integrity.
President Trump's executive order already being challenged in federal court. A group of transgender service members is suing the president and military officials for allegedly violating their Fifth Amendment due process rights. The Department of Defense sent News 4 a statement saying it will fully execute and implement all directives outlined in the executive orders issued by the president, ensuring they are carried out with utmost professionalism, efficiency, and in alignment with national security objectives. We will provide status updates as we are able. Amy Cho, News 4.
Military members who have transgender children are already banned from using TRICARE for gender-affirming care. That rule took effect last December under a defense spending bill signed by President Biden.
So at the end, so Biden helped getting rid of some stuff too, I guess. So to be fair, so what are y'all thoughts on transgender men and women being kicked out of the military? I think Trump I think they're going as far as saying they're going to go into people's medical records, which I think is illegal.
Well,
it's illegal to go into people's medical records, right? So what are your thoughts on transgenders in the military? And what are y'all thoughts on transgenders in the military? Should they be kicked out of the military?
So I don't agree with it. And I'm not sure what he's basing it on. If it's a sin thing or if it's based on ability, but I personally don't think it's right to remove people from that type of service just because of that. I mean, my curiosity is, what is the real heart of why they want to do that?
Okay, somebody say, are you saying no that people shouldn't be in the military, or no, they shouldn't be kicked out of the military?
No, I don't think they should be kicked out because
I'm answering Tay.
Oh, okay.
Tay says no. I'm trying to see if she's saying no, they shouldn't be in, or no, they shouldn't be kicked out. So you got to be a little bit more specific, Tay. Thanks for the comment anyway. But here's the thing. I think America is, first of all, if somebody already on transition, who checking? I'm saying that.
Well, the thing is they're going back. They're going back into their records, and it's like, if you weren't born the gender that you say that you are now, then you can't be a part. And I think a person's walk with that is personal. But if they're willing to serve and they are able to serve, I'm not sure what's the reason for why they would want to put them out.
Okay, she clarified. She's saying they shouldn't be kicked out.
I don't think so.
And let me say this first. What if somebody transitioned themselves when they was like 22, and now they're like 35, and they don't serve a couple of tours in the military. They don't serve in Afghanistan. They don't been in Iraq. They don't prove that they can do the job. You know what I'm saying? And nobody never knew that was a guy. Nobody never knew that was a woman. And now the only way they're gonna find out now is you finna go in their medical records, which is I think is illegal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's if they don't volunteer to remove themselves.
Yeah, and reports of some people, some of them have already volunteered to leave the military. Some of them have already volunteered to leave the military so they can get the maximum amount of money.
Right.
I think it's like I want to say $100,000.
Yeah.
They get $100,000 if they volunteer to leave the military.
Right.
But if they get caught, but if they go in your medical records and see that you're really a man or you're really a woman, you're gonna lose some bit about $50,000. You're gonna go all the way down like $50,000.
It's going to be a significant amount lower.
If you don't volunteer to leave the military, if you are a transgender person. So my thing is now, if you only way they can find out that you're a transgender if they go in your medical records, which is illegal, or somebody that grabs you. You know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they doing this. You know what I'm saying?
I just would like to know why. Because so like if you look at how Trump was making a big deal, and maybe a lot of us may agree that it's not fair. I think some things are fair and not fair. Like when you look at sports, when you have women, that it's a sport that's an all-woman sport, and then you have a guy that's transgender and was a man, but and is a woman, but still have the strength of a man, go in and beat, whoever in the opposing team, or like if it's some type of a race or something like that, where their endurance and abilities are based on the fact that they're naturally a man. I could see the unfairness in something like that, but I think serving in the military is like a whole nother entity of service when it comes down to being a part of. And I don't, like you said, if a person has been doing this for years, they've already shown whether if they're aware or not of their actual birth gender, that they can do the work. So I'm just trying to understand what the motive is, or what the reason is for why they want to put them out.
So do y'all think, should transgender soldiers be kicked out of the military, like the Trump administration say they should? Here's the thing. Here's my reason. I think a lot of people, when people talk about Project 2025, what's the project? Yeah. Mm-hmm. When people talk about Project 2025, this was in Project 2025. This was in Project 2025. Getting gays. They actually say they're gonna get gays out of the military, but I guess it's hard to prove a person is gay.
Right.
It's harder to prove a person is gay through their medical backgrounds, because your medical background don't say you gay or not, but your medical background can say you were born a man and you transition to a woman. If you're a woman, they can say you were born a man, and you know what I'm saying? They can do that, but you can't tell all gay people gay.
Right.
Because some gay people act straight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's harder to tell if somebody gay if they acting straight. You know what I'm saying? So this is easier target. Transgender people are an easier target for them because you can look at their medical background.
And I don't know if they're trying to make it about abilities, like because of the difference of the sexes, but I still don't see how, if a person has proven that they've been able to be in the military and perform whatever task that needed to be performed without their gender being a factor of inability. So I'm just curious.
What are y'all thoughts on that? See, and like you said, they already passed all the drills that you have to go in to go into the military, the boot camp. They passed boot camp. They did all the drills. I mean, they proved they can shoot a rifle. I mean, and a lot of them already done served in wartime. So who's to say that these people ain't capable of serving in the military? So I think it come down to Project 2025.
And maybe it's a money thing, because they pay for their surgeries and all of the medical costs of their transitioning and stuff like that. So it could be money.
But that ain't got nothing. I mean, they can stop. Well, if they want to stop
benefits,
that, if they want to stop benefits, just stop benefits. But just say all together, we kicking y'all out of the military
And
because
it
you
can't
are
be that.
transgender.
Yeah, it can't be that because there's not that many of them. But I'm just shooting some out there.
Well,
there got to be something. I just don't know what. It's a drive. I don't know if it's to appeal to the whole religious stuff. I'm not sure.
I think America has been taken over by what they call Christian nationalists.
Mm-hmm.
And a Christian nationalist, I think you got different kind of Christians. You got some Christians who I just want to love everybody and do what God told me to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got some Christians who not only want to love who don't well, I can't say they love everybody. I think you got some Christians who think everybody else should be doing what God say you should do, and not themselves. You know what I'm saying? You got some people like.
So I'll help you out. I don't know. I don't know if we may be coming from two different angles, or I may be saying something totally different. But this is what I'll say. You have people that I would call like they're Pharisees. They do all this stuff that they say other people shouldn't do, but they hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like they hide it as long as don't nobody know they're doing it. And on the outer, they look like they are doing everything right. They like to judge and condemn other people. And then you have people who are the Christians that really have good hearts, that want what's right to happen, want to see people better, want to see people delivered from things that's wrong. Humble enough to say, I'm working as well in my own life to be better. How can I help you? And it's just this been going on for years. You got your Pharisees, and then you got the people who truly are Christian.
Yeah, I can not like what you do, but I still gotta love you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I still gotta love and respect you.
Because
you know
people change.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of people who transgendered, and went reverse back. If you believe it's wrong, then I've seen people go back to being the person that they originally were at birth. So if that's something that is a personal situation where they're convicted in their hearts, then who are we to judge them while they're still in that state if they haven't gotten there yet?
And that's my point. That's why I say this bill is based on a Christian nationalist. It's a Christian nationalist. It's like they putting the 10 Commandments in all schools. Now, why would you put the 10 Commandments in all schools when all the kids who go to the schools aren't Christians? So it don't make, and I think you're trying to make a country a Christian country when it's not. You can't say it's a Christian country when everybody over here damn sinners.
Right. Yes. That was my point. Yeah.
So you can say you can try to implement Christians biblical values, but what good is that? You know what I'm saying?
The example
what
isn't
good
set.
is that in putting that into a society of a melting pot of people when everybody don't even serve, everybody don't even believe in God. Everybody don't even believe in God. Some people are Muslim. Some people in America are Buddhist. You know what I'm saying? So how can you say you separating church and state when you using your Bible to make law?
Right. Yeah. It's just, to me, I just want to know what is the true motivation, and it seems like it's more a religious thing to appeal to people who say that they are Christians.
So I think if they do that, what's up, Larry Love? So when you make laws like that, so I should say if you're a transgender person and they say you can't serve in the military, should a transgender person say, "Well, I shouldn't have to pay taxes"? I shouldn't have to pay taxes then,
or do anything particularly. Like where do they go? Again, it's not how you start; it's how you finish. Some people are going to live their life to the end of however they choose, right or wrong, and you have to you can't just block somebody from being a part of the world serving just because of that that's playing out in their life. I don't agree with it at all.
Yeah, so it's about being a lot of these Republicans are Christian nationalists. That's what they are. That's why a lot of these evangelicals, they bag Trump. They bag the worst person they can possibly bad for their religious views. So, which to me, I think made no sense at all. You bag the devil because the devil gonna give you what you want. I mean, it's like so. It's like what the hell? I'm like, see, you know what I'm saying? Well, I think people should. You know what I'm saying? Everybody responsible for their own. I'm responsible for my salvation.
Right.
You're
exactly.
responsible for your
Right.
salvation.
Yes.
You can't make people accept Christ.
That's the thing, because there's also that scripture that says, work out your own salvation in fear and trembling. You're not supposed to be monitoring somebody else. I mean, you can pray for them, you can help if they come to you, or you are assigned to their life to help them, but you don't get to control, but we do it here. You don't get to control somebody else's ability to just exist and live. That's not, that's not fair, because everybody does wrong somewhere in their life. And I know that if we want to base it on like right and wrong of what they're doing, it's still not right. I feel bad for them, and it's something that I hope they reverse, but it's just what it is now. They've already put it in place, and it looks like they're making it happen.
Yeah, this is why a lot of I be seeing a lot of people like Jen. I say, how the hell y'all like Geno Jennings? All he do is talk about other people. And people be like, amen, amen, because he caters to their personal views about certain sins, knowing all the while that they're living in sin themselves. So I'm like, what the purpose of you saying amen to a man who's crapping on everybody else because he know what their sins are? You know what I'm saying? So he's able to talk about their sins, but he keep his sins under wraps. So people say, amen. I'm like, man, this man leading all these people straight to hell.
Well, it's a spirit of
using
like,
the
judgment.
Bible.
It's a spirit of judgment.
A spirit of judgment, and he uses the Bible. And people go, amen, he's a real preacher. He's talking the truth. Yeah, he's talking the truth. You like it when he's telling the truth about somebody else's sin, but you don't like it when he's coming after your sins.
Yeah.
He will never tell you about his sins. So why would you follow a preacher like that? He's leading you to hell.
But you have to deliver the word seasoned with grace. Like you got to give people a chance, because everybody come here sinners. Period.
Yeah.
So you got to do it with love. Period. You're not condoning anything, but the delivery is everything. So
what are y'all thoughts on transgenders being kicked out of the military? Before we move on, I'm gonna see what some no's. Tay said, I got one no. Tay said no, they shouldn't be kicked out. So man, listen, the Christian nationalists taking over, and they representing. I think they're representing God in the wrong way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And people think, and I said people use the Bible to misrepresent God.
And it's sad, because it turns people away from the book, and we need it. So however books are been messed with, tainted, stuff added, stuff taken away. Yeah, it keeps people from it 100%, which is not spiritually the route that we should take. I mean, what's available, we should be looking at and reading.
Okay, let's jump into this last topic. What are your thoughts on Tyler Perry? Tyler Perry and the taking down of black entertainers. It seems like it's been a lot of black. You got P. Diddy.
Yeah.
You got T.D. Jakes. And now they're going after Tyler Perry. They got what the name? Cosby, Bill Cosby. They taking them all down one by one, and it seems like all of them, before they got taken down, was building an empire. And it seemed like when a black person get to a certain level, it's like they're saying, hold on, we got to stop this. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's history shows the pattern, of them coming for them. It's been going on for years. I think with I'll just say with white men, they may have a poster child for that. They may have one or two that they go after to make it seem like it's not just us. But I think we probably are more under that than anybody else. So as far as it being black entertainers, yeah, it's strategic. They don't you can't get, you know what I'm saying? It's I don't like to say it like this, but it's kind of like the white man's world. So you don't really get to a point of success. Even if what you're doing isn't right. And it's a lot of people that's not doing the right things. Black people cannot be the only one, or black men can be the only one that's doing wrong in their positions of power, money, and fame. So I think that it's something that is targeted. Black men, y'all are probably targeted.
And TD Jake and Oprah actually made a comment about let me see if I find the comment they made. They actually spoke out. This is I don't know this guy here. Being taken down. Or do y'all think it's justified? I mean, like I was telling Jen, we all freaky deaky people.
Well, so when you say we, you mean all people, like white people,
I mean,
black
they been
people.
taken down because they got some freak in them.
Well, this is the thing. If you're doing stuff that's wrong, then it's wrong. But the question is, are black men targeted? Black men entertainers. I think so, because I'm sure white men in positions, whether they're actors, whatever, they're doing stuff too. Y'all just get watched more. Like, it's almost like you got to keep your nose clean.
Y'all.
Okay, not y'all like you, but I'm saying like black men who have achieved that level of success. Y'all have to keep y'all noses clean, because they're going to watch you. They're going to let you get so far before they take you down. I mean, I just feel like, probably with white men, they have the things that they do as well. I mean, it's just sin nature of people to do what they do, and they have that kind of power. But, and I'm not saying that it's all, but I'm saying it's got to be more than just black men that's, abusing their power with how they treat women, the things that they do behind closed doors. I just feel like that black men are probably targeted, just looking at the history of it's a pattern.
I think a lot of we allow ourselves to be put in these situations. We think we having a casual, consensual conversation with people, or in the company of people that we trust, and all the while they got a bigger agenda, and a lot of these stars that because we think they superhuman, but they're human.
Well, that's why you got to be smart.
They have proper yeah, but shit, I mean, it is what it is.
But again, I still believe you gotta. This is where education comes in. You got to know the world. You got to understand the system of it. And as a black person, you have to understand what really is going on. And like it or not, you got to understand what we're always up against. So when you get to certain levels in life, when you have fame, you have money, you have access to all these different things, all these opportunities, I promise you, you're always being watched. So you have to keep your nose clean. It's like that on the lower levels. I've seen it.
Let me play this clip. Let me play this clip.
They're gonna take you down, so you can get comfortable if you want with all of your freaky deaky, but they will take you down. It's a matter of time.
I'm gonna play this clip of Oprah Winfrey and TD Jake responding to questions about their relationship with Diddy. Let me share this. They at a conference. Let me play this.
I have never been near a puff party. Now I'm almost 70 years old. What do I look like?
So just because you pushing 70, you think God got amnesia, like your sins got an expiration date or something? Y'all know what time it is. What do the scriptures say?
Don't believe right, but
now I'm not gonna play this guy's perspective of it. Well, Oprah was saying that she haven't been to a party, and TD Jake say he was there like 30 minutes. He went there to tell him happy birthday. He was there all the 30 minutes, and the clip that we see is the clip that we see. And of course, people, ain't nobody gonna give a lot of people. And his thing about Christians, most Christians won't give you grace. It seems like a lot of Christians, they forget what grace means. They won't give him grace because they didn't like him in the first place. So the guy who in that video, he probably didn't like TD Jakes. They'll never give him the grace. So a lot of people, and that's what I'm thinking. If you're a Christian, you got to give people grace. You got to give them the grace that God give you. And this is why you shouldn't go around talking about other people, because God gives you grace. So again, this is why I don't like Geno Jennings. God gives you grace. So why aren't you giving other people grace? This is what being a Christian is all about. You know what I'm saying? It's not about pointing out other people's sin. It's about having grace for other people, knowing that you have been given grace, knowing that you have been shown mercy. So you have to be that person. You have to be the same way. So that was the thing. So TD Jakes said he was there all the 30 minutes. Saying happy birthday. And you can believe
I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to think.
And that's the thing.
I don't.
You don't have to believe. You don't have to comment on it.
Right.
It's not even for you to say. It's not even for you to have a thought about.
I just say this. You gotta keep your nose clean.
Yeah,
you got to.
Everybody do.
And we all do stuff that probably ain't the best. But if you are in certain positions, you have to, if you're in a high place where you got more eyeballs on you, you got to be careful what you do, who you hang around, where you go. You just have to. You have to.
I agree. I agree, especially when you got certain kind of status.
Of course.
Status.
Of
because
course.
A lot of people out there to tear you down. A lot of people waiting for you to slip up.
Of course.
And you might just be in a bad situation. It might just look bad, but but they see it as an opportunity to crash down on you.
Mm-hmm. And it happens to us way more than anybody else. Like I say, other races, well, it's mostly the black and white, but they have their things too, but they're not going to be put out front as much, and it's not going to be as many. But you best believe they're doing their dirt too.
Yeah, they got
promise
like TD Jakes.
Everybody doing it.
TD Jakes got to know it's a lot of jealous preachers out there who don't like you being prosperous. A lot of people don't think you should be prosperous. Like Geno Jennings, he don't like TD Jakes because he thinks TD Jakes shouldn't be as prosperous as he is. TD Jakes shouldn't be big as him. So of course, when TD Jakes look like he's slipping up, of course, here comes Geno Jennings. Geno Jennings ain't gonna call you and say, "Hey man, I'm praying for you." He getting on the stage, he getting in the pulpit and say, "Look at him, y'all. Look at him." You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what the devil do, man. And people don't understand how the devil move. The devil can use the Bible to make you think he's one of you. He's a Christian. And this is why I go out to Geno Jennings so hard, because he using the Bible to justify talking about a man's sin. Instead of going to the man and proving to the world, they look, man, this God gives grace. And I'm going to show this man some grace. I'm going to stand by this brother.
It's like this. When you're presenting, if you call yourself or you're called, when you put yourself in that position, you have to be able to speak on and call out, this is wrong, more in education form, just to give people an understanding if they're not understanding within themselves. Some people need other people to tell them. Some of us, we know this ain't right, and we just feel it. Some people need further help, and they need somebody to tell them and show them this is wrong. But you got to be able to do it without condoning. You got to guide without condoning. And you can't make people feel like they're a hopeless case by shaming them and making them feel like trash. Like, you can't win people over like that.
Yeah,
so it's not that what he says is wrong.
No,
but it's just the way he's.
I'm not saying don't preach against sin, but don't target one man because you think he's a sinner.
Right.
When you are a sinner.
Right.
And this is why Christ said, "Go ahead." I'm paraphrasing. This is why Christ said, "Go ahead, throw the first stone."
Right. He who has no sin cast the first stone.
If you are without any sin, go ahead. I'll stand back and watch you. And this is what God is doing now. He's standing back watching.
Because I've listened to him before, and this was some years back. This is like probably maybe 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, and I was listening to him, and I remember I was like, okay, he's talking, I get it. But then when he started saying certain things, I'm like, ooh, like I feel like I need to go hide up
Because
under a rock.
he reels
You know?
he reels people in. He do the same thing that America do. They use the Bible to justify evil things.
Yeah.
Geno Jennings, he uses the Bible to justify his personal feelings toward certain people. And because he's using the Bible, people get with it. People say, okay, he's right. Oh, he's preaching. Preach on, Reverend. Preach, Reverend. You know what I'm saying? But he's using the Bible to condemn man. And he don't have that power to condemn man. So why are you using the Bible to condemn a man? Preach the Bible. Preach against sin. Don't preach against a man. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have that power. You don't have a heaven and hell to put nobody in. And he who without sin, cast the first stone. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, I understand. I get it.
Because once you do that, you condemn in yourself. He preaches out the Bible at the same time he condemns himself because he's casting stones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Condemning men. So that's my take on him. When people say, you know what I'm saying? I see old Larry Lewis say, Larry does like him, but like I say, he's a trickster. He tricked people with the Bible like America tricked people into slavery with the Bible. Like they're tricking people into war with Iran using the Bible. The Bible is being manipulated.
Yeah, I like you can't help bring correction because God corrects us, right?
Yeah.
You can't bring
let
correction.
me say something. Bring correction to yourself. The Bible is for me to correct myself. The Bible is not for me to correct you. That's what I'm saying. You're right. The Bible is to bring correction, but it's for you.
And what right.
It's
it is.
you.
Right. It is for you personally. But I guess on the other side is what I'm saying to add to that is if you're gonna bring correction to people as a leader, you can't humiliate people like and expect for them to have a turnaround. Like you'll turn people off in a way, and then they may feel like, where do I go? Like I might as well just go back out in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like correction has to be given with the ability to make a person feel hopeful that they can change. Some people will never change. They'll never change no matter what. And that's their choice. But you got people that's in limbo, like, darn, which way do I go? I'm in this place in life. How do I make changes? Well, you can't.
But see, man
can't make
change
somebody.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Is you can encourage and guide.
We can encourage people.
Guide and educate.
We can encourage people, but we can't change them.
Right, of course.
You can lead a horse to water. You can't make them frank.
I firmly agree.
You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, the Bible is for your own correction. When I read the Bible, I should feel something. I should be whipped.
Mm-hmm.
I should feel a correction when I read the Bible. I can't read the Bible and tell you need to be correct.
Like, I know what you mean. Like,
you know what I'm
have
saying?
your own heart conviction.
Yeah, you supposed to have the Bible's for your own conviction. It ain't for you to convict nobody else because you don't have a heaven. You ain't God. You can't judge nobody. How many times God got to say he's the judge? He's the judge of man. He who without sin cast the first stone. So if you cast the first stone, if you cast the stone on people and knowing you a sinner, you condemning yourself. You know what I'm saying? And every time people watch Geno Jennings saying, "Amen," you condemning yourself because he's not preaching out of love.
Yeah, so it's the little things. So like, okay, so if you're gonna be in a position as a leader to tell people about what the Word of God says, well, number one, most homes have a Bible. Everybody got at least one. Some people got two or three. Okay, so if you read your Bible, that's your way of finding out what's right and wrong. Then that's your way. If you have a sensitivity to the Holy Spirit, just common sense, this don't feel right. You know the difference between right and wrong. If you got to hide to do it, then it's wrong. If it's going to break a law, then it's wrong. My thing is that if you're going to be positioned to tell people that don't pick up their Bibles.
Now let me say this. Let me stop you right there because you said breaking the law. Now, I don't think breaking man laws falls under God's
No,
law.
the laws of the land, it kind of goes into the 10 Commandments. If you murder somebody, you're going to go to jail, prison,
Well, you should
whatever.
have said 10 Commandments. You said
Well,
laws.
but
You know what I'm saying? You didn't
y'all
say
know
it.
what I meant?
Because there used to be a time we
You
couldn't
know what
drink
I
from
meant?
water fountains. So what does it give?
No.
God didn't like that?
But you know what I mean, though. You know
Well,
what I mean.
You got to be specific with
Okay, I'm going to be very specific. The laws of the land that are connected to the 10 Commandments that say you shouldn't kill, you shouldn't steal, all that stuff.
You shouldn't bear false witness.
Of course.
Thou shalt
Okay.
not lie. Thou shalt not what?
Well, you can't. Well, yeah, you
Covet.
can. Your neighbors, whatever they have.
Yeah, whatever
Right.
they have. You know what I'm saying? And there's something I think everybody them did or do. And,
Yeah, but
you know
the
what I'm
point,
saying?
but everybody, but this the thing. This is the thing. If you have fear that you're gonna get locked up, if you feel that if you gotta hide to do it, if you gotta sneak and do it, you know it's wrong. You don't need nobody to tell you it's wrong. But see, this is the thing with Gino that maybe I understood. It's like things that maybe people don't know. And I have to go there because this is where I had my experience with just viewing one of his sermons one time where he was talking about women and how women shouldn't wear this and that and men shouldn't wear certain things. It's like this. If we don't know these things on a biblical level of how to be, then you're not gonna make somebody feel good about trying to make a transition to the better way, the way God would have us to be. If you talking about us and picking and poking and jesting, about the behavior that maybe somebody is ignorant about. You see what I'm saying? So just say
Listen.
somebody wearing their pants sagging, or if a woman, like he talk about women wearing nail polish and all this stuff. If you, even if you're about the natural, let me finish. Even if you're about the natural stuff related to how God don't want us to do too much, be in moderation with all of it. There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. That's educating past. That's education past what people understand is right or wrong. I know it's wrong to kill somebody, but maybe I don't know in God's word it says women dress in moderation, don't do certain things. Well, how you gonna win people over with that information if you clowning people? You see what I'm saying?
What you saying?
You don't get it.
Help
me, somebody.
I get what you're saying. And
Okay.
He preaches out the Bible, but he perverts the Bible. He adds on to the Bible. Like let's say he might preach against like you say, let's say homosexuality. He preaches against homosexuality.
Okay.
We all know what the Bible say about homosexuality.
Of course.
But here's the thing. It says an abomination, right?
Mhm.
But is there anything else God says an abomination in the Bible?
Of course.
But see, we only think homosexuality is an abomination because that's people don't see people are always touching the stuff in the Bible.
I see where you're going.
That they're not associated with. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I see where you're
You see what I'm
going.
saying?
I see where you're
People-
going.
Yeah, people are always preaching about sins that they're not associated with. But if he cheat on his wife, you think he gonna go in there and preach against say he cheated on his wife and I'm a sinner and I ain't that's know what I'm saying.
Well, this is the thing. This
So,
is
and
what
that's what I'm saying.
No, I get what
If-
you're saying.
If you're gonna preach the Bible, you gotta preach the whole Bible. Don't just preach the stuff that you partake in.
But this is what I'm saying. You're absolutely right. I agree with you like 2,000%. And I'm adding on to say is that again, if you're positioned, whether you called yourself or you felt called by God to be a leader and to talk to people and help them understand, how to live, how to be, which is you got to know right from wrong. You got to know what's good, what's bad. I mean, it is what it is. It's not about opinions. You understand right from wrong. And if you have a leader telling you these things, there has to be a delivery that that not make people feel comfortable with sin, but to help them understand without giving them this sense of feeling judged, like, oh, like you don't do anything wrong, and calling out specific things. Talk about everything.
Stafford say, how does anyone how does another person's sin exonerate yours? I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying. I'm not saying another person's sin exonerates yours. I'm saying if I'm a pastor and I cheated on my wife, but I get in that pulpit, I'm talking about a gay man, a sinner, and I'm not using the Bible to correct me. I'm using the Bible to correct you. And I think that's dead wrong. If you are a sinner and you in that pulpit, why don't you just use your sins to tell people, you know what I'm saying, to help correct people? Don't point to the thief. Don't say he's a thief when you're a whoremonger. If you're a whoremonger, you up there preaching about the thief. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want people to know you're a whoremonger. And that's all I'm saying. If we're all sinners, how can I, as a preacher, preach about another man's sin personally? How can I personally tell another man he ain't crap? You know what I'm saying? The Bible is for our own correction. The Bible is not for me to correct you. And I think a lot of preachers preach out the Bible correcting other people and not confessing their own sins when they're on that stage or in that pulpit. Because it's easier. It's easier to talk about somebody else's sin. It's easier to talk about somebody else's sin. And this is why a lot of men should, this is why people say people should be called, God gonna call you. God don't call everybody to preach. Some people just read the Bible and think they preachers. And this is what I think Geno Jennings is. He know the Bible front and back like the devil, and he preaches it, and people saying amen because he's coming out the Bible with it. But he's not preaching from no kind of love, no kind of character to make people believe what he's reading.
It's all about delivery for me.
He's playing into people's fear of other people's sins. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure that every church you go to got whoremongers in it. You got, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Of course.
That's every.
Of course.
Well,
you're right. Every church. So
yeah.
so who is you to say people who go to this man's church are fools?
My thing about it is it's about delivery. And if you're called to be a man of God to preach, teach, it's about delivery and understand the whole package of how to deliver messages to correct people without condemning them with that feeling like I just don't have a chance, because
this whole conversation got off the rails.
It did, because we were talking about the transgender stuff. I
we
heard
was talking about Tyler Perry and
all of it ties together though.
The taking down the black
reality of
and I think
Christian nationalism, all that stuff. It all ties together.
I think a lot of these, like people like Tyler Perry, T.D. Jakes, Oprah Winfrey, Puff Daddy. It seems like when black people get money, black people hate them.
Well,
it seems like when black people get money, black people go after them. Oprah Winfrey built an empire. Tyler Perry built an empire. I hear more black people hating on them than I hear white people. Now that makes it easier for white people to come in and say, "Okay, you getting too big, Tyler Perry. You don't turn Atlanta into Hollywood, so you diminishing our Hollywood."
Well,
Oprah Winfrey, you the biggest talk show host in American history. You doing too much. T.D. Jakes, we need to get you. You getting bigger than Joel Osteen. You getting bigger than what is the other preacher? You getting bigger than him. Puff Daddy, you talking about you finna do something for the black community. We got some on you. You in freak offs. And everybody probably, a lot of black men have been in freak offs, so it ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? It just, he did it on a larger level. And I'm pretty sure everybody who had them freak offs wanted to be at them freak offs. So this man finna go to jail because he had freak offs of consent people in a place where they wanted to be, and black people right behind him. But here come the flip side. Donald Trump been convicted of sexual assault. And what do white people do? They send him to the White House. So y'all see the difference We take our people and we condemn them. We ready to wipe them off the earth when they make a mistake. But they take their people and they build them up. They put them on the either higher platform when they've been convicted of sexual assault. So I'm saying it's the taking down of black people by black people. You know what I'm saying?
It's systemic. Right or wrong, it's systemic to your point. Like if we have been conditioned to compete with each other, to be jealous of each other, to really not like each other, and it's systemic. And again, it's to your point of they can do wrong, and we may just be like overlook it. But when we do wrong, everybody just we're against each other. So right or wrong, 'cause I'm not saying that what they do is right.
You know why? Because we've been conditioned by the Bible. And they use the Bible to their advantage. They use the Bible when they want an advantage. But we use the Bible as absolute. Absolute. When we know that we're all born into sin, we're all sinners, but when somebody sins, we condemn them. And we don't give them the grace that God gives us. But they do. They use the Bible to their advantage. When we want to go to war, okay, the Bible says we need to take care of Israel. Okay, we need slaves. The Bible says we need to take care of your slave. Work for your slave master. You know what I'm saying? We need to control y'all. And I'm beginning to believe that the Bible is used to control us. They use the Bible. They make us, go by the Bible strict. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and to be clear, I don't condone the
stuff. Let me make this statement. I don't want y'all to think I believe in the Bible, but I don't think the Bible is absolute God's word. I think the Bible is meant to be inspiration for us, to be a guideline for us. You know what I'm saying? But it's not God's word absolute. And people they'll tell you this is God. These words are inspired by God. Inspired by God don't mean it's God. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't read the Bible. I believe the Bible. I take inspiration from the Bible. I just don't think the Bible is absolute. I think black people look at the Bible as God's word verbatim. And it's not. It's not, in my opinion, it's not. You know what I'm saying? So I have a relationship with God. I speak with God. God speaks to me. You know what I'm saying? So I get instructions from God himself. So, and that's all I'm saying. The Bible, God can speak to you one-on-one. You think God trusted man 100 to tell what he need to tell us? When God can just speak to us, when he can just speak to our heart and when he want to? We box God up. And this is what I'm saying. We put God in a book and say this is all we get from God. Man, God is powerful. God is bigger than that. God is everything. God can do what God want to do. God can speak to you when God want to speak to you. You know what I'm saying? But they have made us think the Bible is absolute. And we just go by the Bible absolute, but they don't go by the Bible absolute. They use the Bible to their advantage against us. And this is what holding us back. When we begin to listen to what God telling us and moving when God tell us to move, we'll be a better people. But as long as we keep ourselves locked up, man, we ain't gonna go nowhere. Because we're gonna keep condemning each other with the Bible.
Well,
we're gonna condemn each other every step we get with the Bible, and we know we all sinners. I cannot talk about another man when I know I'm doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? But you got pastors using the Bible to condemn other men when you know you're doing wrong too. So that's my take on it. You nigga like this nigga.
Well, I mean that was you were pouring out. Yes, that's another topic. I know we touch on it sometimes. But to what I was getting ready to say is that I don't condone all of these negative, ugly things that's been out here about whatever Diddy has done or whoever. I do feel that we don't we're more accepting of maybe someone white that goes and do all these things, and we might rally behind them, or we may just turn the other way, or we may not say much, but then when it's us, we do run. We just run and just be like, oh yeah, they did this and they did that. But again, it's systemic. And we could just get to a point where we understand who we are, what was done to us, why it was done to us, our part we played in it from the very beginning. Everything will make sense. Everything will make sense. It's not that hard. Everything will make sense. But it's layers to it.
I'm not. I don't
There's layers to
condone.
it.
I don't condone the stuff that Pete. I'm not saying I condone wrongdoing. I mean, if it's indeed wrongdoing, having a freak off is just a freaking men. They're just some freaky people. They ain't committed no crime. And in my book, I think if I go to a freak off, knowing it's going to be a freak off, and I know it's going to be a whole lot of baby all skeeting everywhere. If I take myself to that, then I wanted to be there. But where's the crime? What crime did he commit by having people in his house, in his rooms, on their own reconnaissance?
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So
what
crime,
role did he do?
You know what the crime
legally?
is? You know what the crime is?
What, he a freak?
No, it's right here. Black. He's black.
That's what I'm saying. But
that's the crime, and that's what we have to accept. We have to accept that.
But,
we have to accept it.
But him, Tyler Perry, Bill Cosby, they don't let this man do a whole TV series for years and years. Then all of a sudden he want to buy NBC. Now they gonna come up with all these people talking about he did something to them 40 years ago. And we stand behind that. And us black people, we stand behind them, condemning him. This man, know what I'm saying? All this man did for colleges and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden we hear this and they put it out there that he did this. No, we do. He ought to be ashamed of himself. Now, where's the grace? Where's the grace? If we believe in the Bible so much, why do we hate grace?
We're not going to get it, though.
If black people, if we believe in the Bible so much, why do we have a problem with giving people the same grace that God gave us, man? Why do we continue to let people tell us how we supposed to deal with our leaders, our entertainers and stars? Okay, we can give them the same grace they gave Trump. Then they give Trump grace? This man got 34 felonies. This man been convicted of sexual assault. They gave him the grace.
It's their time. This is their salvation. We haven't gotten ours yet. We ain't walking in it yet. This is our humbling place right now. And we have to keep our noses clean, period. Like, this is our humbling place, whether we want to accept that or believe it or not. We have to deal with some things for now and accept that there are things we can't get away with. And we shouldn't be doing these things, right? But we won't get away with the things that maybe others can. And that's just what I understand. You got to keep your nose clean, period. I cannot say that enough. You have to.
So, do y'all have any thoughts of anything we talked about? I mean, I see people watching, but people like to shut up sometimes. I think people just nosy, man. Y'all some nosy people, man. We love y'all, but y'all nosy.
they might be cooking while they watching.
Yeah,
They might be doing something.
I'm just talking though. We love y'all. We love y'all. And we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Even if y'all don't respond. But listen, we thank y'all for tuning in, though. You know, y'all can be doing anything else. Y'all probably doing anything else. What else you got? What else you want to chop up before we go? We got like 20 minutes.
Well,
we don't have to do 20 minutes. We can shut it down. What's going on, man? You know what I'm saying?
Well, we can go back to some things that we probably didn't talk about before. I don't know. What did we do last week? When we talked about the hair and
we talked about Father's Day later. I think we did a Father's Day. Was it Father's Day special last week or week before last?
It was last week.
Oh, last week. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, you know what I'm saying? We had a good show today. You know what I'm saying? We didn't repair a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think we give out things to think about. I mean, people will not always agree with everything that's said here, and that's fine. I'm okay with saying what I believe and what I think. And I think this show is about trying to help our people to understand and to be better, to uplift, encourage, inspire each other. I just feel like we have to understand as a whole group that we're in the position we're in. So we should never be surprised at the stuff that we see. I mean, we can fight all we want for this, for that. We've been trained to not be collective anymore on a grand scale. You know, they showed us this is what will happen if you have a leader who leads y'all like Martin Luther King. This is what's gonna happen to y'all lead if y'all all try to come together. They've already set us up.
So you saying we scared?
I mean,
We scared,
yeah.
so we go to church.
And that's a part of the whole plan. Like they've touched everything that can keep us in a hole. They've touched everything. I don't care if it's the church, religion, how far you can go. The things that we, like I said, other people can get away with, we just can't. This is our humbling place right now. And we have to be okay with it and make personal decisions that keep us from being victims, so to speak,
And the way they're able to do that is to keep us separated.
Divided, absolutely.
Yeah, keep us fighting each other. We can't even support our brothers and sisters who get in some trouble. And these are brothers and sisters who got the money. We need to protect Oprah, TD Jake, but we need to protect them. They got the money. And this,
but what are they doing with the money?
But see, this is my thing. This is our opportunity to say, look, we got your back, but you gotta help us out. You gotta kick in.
Good luck with that.
But look, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I feel what you're saying, but that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Instead of condemning them, we gotta go to the bargaining table with them. Hey man, hey, we got your back, but you gotta do this.
But see,
that's how they did Trump. Trump, we got your back, but we need you to pass these laws. We need you to send the Mexicans home. We need you to take the transgender out. We need you to do this, Trump. We need you to help us bomb Iran. He agreed to it, and they stood behind Trump 100%. But we don't have that. We don't give people grace like they give their people grace, and they hold them accountable. We're gonna use you for what we need you to use you for, Trump. We're gonna save your butt, even though we know you got a sexual assault charge and 34 felonies. You know what I'm saying? We got your back, but you gonna do what we tell you to do.
Let me ask you a question. If they're doing wrong, should we support it just because they're Black?
No, we should support it because we believe in God. We got to give people grace.
I know, I understand. I was just asking.
We supposed to give people grace, the grace that God gives us. What if God condemn us when we sin?
Right. No, I agree.
When we
I
did
totally
wrong.
agree. Yeah, I totally agree.
I mean, what's a sin? I mean, freak offs. I wouldn't put that. Freak offs is wrong, but
I don't even know details, but whatever I heard, it was just, it was extra.
See, we used to call it back in the day. Back in the day, we used to call it a train.
Yeah.
We used to
change the subject?
And I be telling dudes on the block, I said, man, y'all used to do the same thing with put up there. Y'all just didn't have the oil.
It don't make it right, so stop.
Y'all just didn't have the baby oil. Ain't nothing wrong with a little freak off, man.
Yeah, right.
Somebody change the subject.
Yeah.
What say you want to change to? What you want to change to?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We talk about the lawsuit that the young lady and the young man won about the baby.
That was awful.
Yeah, man, that was crazy right there. Y'all heard anything about that was my first time hearing about that.
Yeah, I had heard about it when it first took place, and I think it was disgusting.
Tell me what we're talking about.
So it was a couple. They looked pretty young too. That I think it was their first baby, and when she was delivering, the doctor, of course, by mistake, decapitated the baby and tried to cover it up. And that process of covering it up made it worse. I think they tried to make sure they hurried up and got the baby to the mortuary or whatever, so they could conceal the fact that the baby's head had been removed.
That's crazy, man.
Yep. And so they won, I think, $2.2 million, but that does not take away the pain.
Then they say that they wanted to see their baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they wouldn't, of course, they wouldn't let them see the baby right out the birth.
Right.
So what they did, they told them you can see the baby behind the glass.
Right.
And what they did, they went in there and propped the head.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Propped the head to the body
To make
and
it
wrapped it up good enough so they can only see the head.
Yeah, it was
And
disgusting.
the baby was dead, right? The baby
Mhm.
been decapitated. The baby's head been not connected to the body. So they let them see that, and then they whisked the baby on to the morgue.
Yeah, it was sad.
Yeah,
And
I'm like, man, this
to
is
this day,
crazy.
they still crying as they're on,
And they only got like,
news and
I mean, I
stuff.
know the money ain't the thing. The money ain't gonna never bring the baby back. I'm like, $2 million. That's it. Y'all killed my baby.
It's something that money can't fix, the emotional pain and the scarring of remembering that. So yeah, they can't fix that.
Yeah, so that was horrible, man. Listen, y'all, we finna wrap this thing on up. We had a good time today. We had a good show. Me and Jen had to hold it down by ourselves. We ain't have no guests and nothing to come on and chop it up with. We can get on their nerves. You know what I'm saying? So, so listen, y'all. Listen, in the future, if y'all got a book or a business or something y'all want to come on and just talk about that, or y'all could be like a community activist or whatever y'all got some information y'all want to share with us, please feel free to inbox me. And then we'll bring you on, man, and we'll give you your own little section. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. What's up, Jen? You got something to say?
No, other than just keep remembering that what you do makes a difference, no matter how big or small. Just as long as you're contributing and you're helping make the world a better place. And I mean, even if it's just the world or the people around you, whatever space of world that you're in, just keep striving to make people feel better after they've been in your company.
Rico Robinson said, "What's up, Rico?" Rico said the money they was awarded was from the doctor they hired to do the autopsy. Okay. The suit against the hospital is still pending. Okay. I thought, okay. Appreciate that, my brother. Appreciate
Yes,
that.
thank you for that.
And thank you for tuning in. Listen, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for commenting. We would have loved to have y'all to come on. We would love to have y'all to come on and talk in person, man, live. This is what this is all about, man. This is a community show. This is Overflow, the everyday people show. So we just moderating, we just hosting the show. The show is really about the community and the people in the community. We're trying to build something for the community to come on and chop it up. You can't go on Oprah Winfrey show when you can't go on all these other shows, but we have a platform where you can come on and talk about everyday issues, man, that could, affect our lives in some kind of way, shape, form, and fashion. So until next Tuesday, man, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And guess what?
And there is nothing that y'all can do about it.
There's nothing y'all can do about it. Thank y'all. Peace. And we're out of here. Like out of here.